They spread you out, count who's in the box, and quarterbacks are mobile, good, can throw, especially number 5. He's a good little quarterback. They're going to try and spread us out and run inside zone and stretch to the outside, and then quick passes. We feel like they're going to try and get the ball out quick, try and hit short passes and get into 2nd and 4, 3rd and short situations and keep the chains moving.
Is it a case where you look at the quarterback that had to quit that started the season? Do you even look at their film with him, or did the offense change that much with the freshman coming in?
No, it didn't change that much. We still watched the games that he was in just to get a feel for, what their calls were offensively and what they were doing offensively, and then personnel as well. So yeah, we watched those games.
As far as what the defense has been able to do, you guys have been very good at limiting points. I believe it's been a year since somebody scored more than 21 against you guys, somewhere around there.
Just knock on wood there.
I know I'm jinxing you by talking about it, but still, I mean, you guys have done a good job limiting. Is that something that the defense is pretty proud of, the fact that they've been consistent? It's not just one game that you're able to hold guys down, but just consistently being able to do that?
Yeah, and we don't make a huge deal about it. We talk about it, and it's one of our pillars, and it just makes sense to keep points down. If you keep points down, you have a better chance of winning games. And, so that's been something that we've been doing now for quite some time. And so we come in until we talk about it on Monday, and we talk about, did we reach our pillars? And then we just go to work on, the rest of the week to try and do the best we can to keep points down whoever we're playing.
Because you've played a variety of different styles. You've played Georgia Tech. You've played the spreads and the options and the passing attacks, and it just seems like no matter what type of offensive scheme you've gone up against in the last year, you guys have been ready and had the athletes to at least limit the successfulness of the other team's offense.
We have, and I credit the players for that, and then Coach Mendenhall with his game plan, and then the players, executing it. I've been on the sideline, and the team gets close to 24 points or close to 20 points, and everybody starts, hey, we've got to make our pillar, we got to hold them. So it's something that's on their mind, and they do take a lot of pride, and they're just proud of, keeping points down on offenses. And so they think about it during the game, and it means something to them, which is important.
The punting's been really consistent until the Georgia Tech game. Was it just an anomaly that we had a few?
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. It's Scott's a good punter, and he has been a little inconsistent. We got to get that better. The punt cover team's really driven by the punter and where the ball goes and the coverage and getting it off on time. And he's got to have 10 other guys help him with the coverage and the protection, but he needs to be more consistent.
The one that got blocked, did he step outside the lane there? That's kind of, I was just looking at the replay.
It was two things. He was a little wide with his directional punt, and the right shield didn't go out on the correct person. So it was a combination, two things.
Seems like just as a coaching staff, you guys couldn't really get too much more different opponents last week versus this week. Was it kind of a challenge for you guys, getting the guys to sort of shift gears and really start focusing on Houston, just because they've been focusing on Georgia Tech now, and it's so different than what Houston throws at you?
No, I think it was kind of a breath of fresh air to go back to a spread, offense, and we've been playing that, all year mostly, and against our own offense, and so it's something more familiar to them.
How different is the linebacking demands against a team like this than against a team like last week?
That's a good question. There are demands on linebackers for this type of offense just because they've got to stop the run, make plays in space, cover on the pass, and at times the inside guys have become pass rushers as well. So, they're kind of doing all three things. So there's a demand on them, and then they get spread out outside the box and have to cover a wide receiver sometimes in space or come out of the box and make a play on a quarterback that's scrambling. So yeah, it's a little tougher for them.
They probably like that challenge, knowing those guys that you've got there.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they're, like I said, they do it against our offense in the spring and in the fall camp, and we go against some really good quarterbacks that can run and scramble.